Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Overmaska, and you got me that one like. So, as promised, here is another quick and dirty Tactica. This time, I'm playing Grey Knights versus my pals Adepta Sororitas. There were 3 objectives, 5 rounds. We got a full game in. I made a bunch of mistakes. He made fewer mistakes. We didn't kill very many sisters, but I'll show you how that went. We've got our Grey Knight army, very similar to as before. The strike squad here was picked up once I realized I didn't have enough strikes. They are not fully painted here, but are now fully painted. You won't see them in the next video, but in the one after that, you will see them fully painted up. Everyone, regardless of the swords they may or may not have, or the weapons, is carrying halberds, slowly converting everybody over to the one standard. We've got a missile launcher, las cannon Vendread. We've got our Grandmaster Dread Knight, side cannon and silencer. I know the hammer statistically better against most targets, but I've got swords, so swords what I got. I got a paladin bomb, all halberds, just going storm bolters are deadly enough. Lord Caldor Drago, an apothecary, and a chaplain, a tech marine, and Voldus here. So we're pretty character heavy, as I believe most Grey Knight armies will end up being. We've got most of our sisters here. He's got a few stand-ins, not putting any Space Marines in, they're just standing in for sisters characters at the moment. Melta-guns in every squad. He's got Melta-gun infiltrating sisters. He's got Melta-gun Devastator sisters. He's got Melta-gun troop sisters. He's got banners so that they can all use miracle dice. It's quite deadly. These are not Arcoflagellants or the Chainsword sisters. They are, in fact, standing in for the Celestian squads, the bodyguard squads. This was our deployment map. This was our deployment table. As you can see, I already deployed. Just deployed my whole army while my opponent showed up. I've got everything laying down in Deep Strike, the Paladin Bomb in Deep Strike, the characters in Deep Strike. Keeping the Grandmaster on the table as far back as I can reasonably get him. Some strike squads with Gate of Infinity to interact with the board, and a forward squad in a trench so we can get some shots on that center objective. We've got one objective here, and this objective ended up moving to here once my opponent arrived. The game plan is that we push forward, gain control of the middle early, and have 2 of the 3 objectives. That's all we need. Starting in the shadows, trying to get everyone as durable as possible. Doesn't work out great. He counter deploys. Very strong center presence using these taller buildings to keep his multi-guns safe and with line of sight. He's got his hospitalers both in one building because he's got the 2 squads of multi-meltas here. I would have put 1 hospitaler in each, but that's just me. I ended up trying to capitalize on this weakness, but 2 up, armor saves, ignoring AP minus 1 and 2 is difficult when most of my storm bolter tricks get me to AP minus 2. And this is what the board looks like once everything is completed. He's got his sisters holding the objective, trying to deny deep strikes as best as he can. This is Grey Knight turn 1. I push the Dread Knight forward, get the chaplain within range to extend its range by 6 inches with the litany, get some strike squads on the 2nd floor, just getting ready to shoot should it become necessary. We move the Dreadnought to get shots on the sisters here and astral aiming the Dread Knight so that he wouldn't have any trouble laying damage on these scouting sisters that are holding the center objective. But it didn't work. I didn't kill very many. Like I said, being AP minus 1 and minus 2, he just saves so many of these. Sisters turn 2, kills the Dread Knight pretty much immediately, being able to miracle die for 6 damage, going to 7 with the strat. We replace it with a Paladin Bomb. Yeah, because this is actually Grey Knight turn 2. Beyond the Dreadmaster, he didn't kill anything. There wasn't anything to kill. So we deep strike everybody down. Strike squads protecting the characters, trying to exploit this weaker flank with the Paladins trying to hold the center. Works out alright. Paladins do gain decisive control of the center off that lucky charge. Drago and the strike squads do gain this trench. We haven't really made much of a dent in the multi-meltas, and fatally my warlord is left behind because he only has one set of deep strikers. Giving you another view here of the paladins. Yes, he only has one set of deep strikers. They have melta pistols, using the strat to extend the range, and they just slay my warlord. Sisters keep moving forward, filling the gap. We got our paladins here, kind of in the open, but they are very durable with transhuman physiology. But I'm too liberal with my command points, and I run out here. My plan is to use two of these strike squads to eliminate these sisters in the back, and then just keep pushing. The paladins circle a unit of sisters here to try to not get attacked by these multi-meltas. It works out great. We keep pushing. Voldus is having trouble keeping up with the rush. That is a thing that can happen with these characters, is if you're trying to gate too many things, parts of your army start to get stretched out. As you can see, there's still one multi-melta up there. The Vendread has been laying into it turn after turn after turn. Hard to kill these sisters. The last cannons pick one, maybe two off. The missile launcher going for the frag missile. Hardly ever any. Giving you another view of the battlefield. You can see we've taken them down to one sister back here. So it looks like we're cleaning up, but it really will hinge on these paladins being able to hold the center. Another view of us wrapping an entire sister squad. But these halberds at AP -2, they don't do any damage. I can't kill them even if I wanted to. I'm trying to get my chaplain up, but they don't. The chaplain doesn't make it. He's an inch short on the advance. The sisters keep piling in. His canoness has the relic power sword with 3 damage. So if I don't do something quickly, I'm going to lose this center. Boldest slowly pushing forward. These strike squads got wiped out. Drago getting in there. The Inquisitor getting in there. The Chaplain being an inch short to turn on the halberds. Had he made that advance roll that I needed, he would have turned on all of these halberds and I would have wiped the floor with these sisters. Yes, I would have been killed by some multi-meltas, but I had enough strike squads left that I would have been able to hold that objective long enough. But as it is, they just slowly whittle me away. Drago gets in there. The Lord of the Grey Knights given a sword to the chapter by the Emperor himself, having fought in the war for hundreds of years at this point, kills 0 sisters on the charge. The canoness saves all of her invuls, and they just fall back. Drago also having done 3 damage to himself with a psychic power, trying to change the tide. Oh yes, why didn't I just smite my way out of here? Well, the sisters have a great way to stack -4 on psychic tests in a 12-inch bubble, -3 in an 18-inch bubble. So when I'm fighting my heart out, trying to control this objective, I also can't cast hardly any psychic powers, can't change the tide. So I've been in the defensive tide the whole time, which hasn't really helped out much since I've been locked in combat. I really underestimated the sister's ability to just deny powers. This is kind of the last hurrah. There's not a lot of sisters left, not a lot of Grey Knights left, but I have successfully pushed onto the objective. Looks like we're going to do it, but they just kind of have enough multi-meltas to wipe my guys out and push onto the objective. We don't have a way to hold this objective now that he's got his troop sisters here, and we just kind of ran out of turns and models. Those multi-meltas just killing all of our strike squads was the end of the game. He did win. I do feel that I could have played this a lot better, not leaving my apothecary out in the open for his singular deep striker to get there, better utilization of Boldus, maybe keeping him in deep strike for another turn, and having a way to more reliably keep that chaplain attached to those paladins. This was definitely a very winnable game for me, a very frustrating game because a lot of the buffs from Psychic Awakening didn't really matter, but definitely a winnable game had I not underestimated the durability of the sisters. This has been Overmasco with a quick and dirty Tactica, and thank you for watching. Have a good day.